Hey, I think, yes, we are live. You guys, we're laughing because you have no idea how ghetto my lighting setup is right now. And Shay has her cool, like, LED light strip going on, and she looks fabulous. And I look like I'm in a horror film. But anyway, we will make do. It is, I don't even, what day is it? March 28th. Monday, March 28th. We are closing out the month of March. Can you believe that literally we are in April, and in 122 days, we are in Nashville for Summit? Like, time slowed down. I don't even understand how fast time's going. I mean, kids are out of school in 2 months already. It's nuts. But we have a incredible call lined up for you guys. You guys know her, you love her, I love her. She's one of my best friends. We have Shay Stanford on our Diesel Nation team call tonight. But before I turn the call over to her, which I am going to do very shortly, just a few reminders. Number one, we have opened the Diesel Nation Summit group. Okay, so if you are going to Summit or even on the wait list waiting to get your ticket for Summit, I want you guys to get into that group. I've posted the link in all of the Diesel Nation pages that I am in. If you're not in those groups, make sure you ask your upline to add you to the Summit group. The reason why, number one, we'd like to have a head count as to how many Diesel Nation coaches will be present at Summit. We like to create the lanyards for your ribbons that say Diesel Nation. So I need to reorder those this year. So I need to know how many Diesel Nation coaches will be there. Number two, we also announced that on the Thursday that Summit kicks off, we are hosting, Becky and I and our husbands are hosting a luncheon for our team at none other than Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. We basically have the entire second floor of the restaurant for us. And just like last year, there will be a qualification for the luncheon. You have to hit Success Club in either June or July before you head off to Summit in order to qualify for the luncheon. If you qualify, you don't have to pay anything. It's on us. This is our thank you for not only being at Summit, but for doing such a good job on your business. If we don't get to 500 qualified guests for the luncheon, then we will open up tickets for $10 a pop. So if, let's say you have a guest that didn't hit Success Club, they can go ahead and buy a ticket. But I can't guarantee there will be any tickets, because if we have 500 coaches hit Success Club in June or July, then that will be the invite list to the Summit party. So I'm really excited about that. Becky and I, we poured ourselves into that event last year, and we thought it was literally the best part of Summit, because you guys, Summit is so crazy that it's going to be the only time that we're going to be all together under one roof. So make sure that you get there and that you get to the party, because it's going to be a lot of fun. And then number two, we got 3 days left in March. It is the Success Club push. So many coaches are sitting right now with 2 points, 3 points, 4 points. And I'm going to ask Shay at the end of the call what she thinks about Success Club and any tips that she can share for hitting Success Club in the last 3 days of the month. But really, it's up to you. Are you going to dig in? Are you going to dig into your follow-ups? Are you going to start inviting? You're going to start a challenge group for the month of April. If you start announcing that now, you can hit Success Club. Hitting Success Club is a decision, just like anything else, just like advancing in rank, just like earning additional income. All of that is a decision that you make. Success Club is what creates success in this business. It's what gives us everything. So make sure that right now you make that commitment to hitting Success Club in the month of March. Now's the time to do it. We got Summit coming up. We got all these great events coming up. Now's the time to start your business and start rolling, because let's say you signed up this month, you can be earning your ticket to Summit next year and not have to worry about the wait list and any of that stuff. You will be there. All right. So without further ado, I am going to turn over this call to one of my best friends in the business. We have a really funny story on how we met. It was like 5 years ago. I had posted a video of when Les Mills Pump came out, a YouTube video, and Shay messaged me, and I had no idea who she was. She had no idea who I was. but she asked me how I had downloaded the video and posted it into my YouTube channel. And I answered, and I said, well, I did this, 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 and this, and this. And that was the day that our friendship kicked off. A few months after that, we went to Atlantis, which was our first Success Club trip as Beachbody coaches. And we just struck up an amazing friendship. Neil and Danny and Larry and Becky and I, we just struck up an amazing friendship. They've spent time in our home. We've traveled together. It's been an amazing, amazing 5 years with Shay as a new part of our family. I love her. I think I don't have to introduce all of her Beachbody accolades, but it's fun because she's such a rock star. She is a superstar diamond coach with 23 lifetime diamond coaches, Success Club All-Star legend, 4-time elite coach. She is part of the Millionaire Club. She has spoken at Summit. I think we're going on 3 times. We're not supposed to say who's speaking at Summit, but I think she's going on 3 times now. She has spoken on the National Wake Up Call twice, and catch this, she's going to be speaking on the National Wake Up Call in just a few weeks. I don't know if it's next week or the week after, but guess what? We are kind of getting a preview of what she's going to talk about on the National Wake Up Call. So don't tell anyone, but this call is really, really, really special. Shay is a mom of 3 kids. She's married to Neil, and she is a former pharmaceutical rep. Shay, did I do your bio justice? I didn't even have to look at my paper. I am so good. All right, without further ado, I am going to turn over this call to my dear friend, Shay Stanford.
Thank you so much. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, great. All right, because I still see you, Christina. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I wanted to add to Christina's story. When I had started and I messaged Christina about, hang on, is there a way to get me big? I'm like this little tiny box down there. Profile. Oh, crap. No, okay, all right, I'll leave it. When I had messaged, Christina had messaged me back, and I'm gonna get to this a little later in the call about having something to offer. I had felt, you know what, I reached out to her and she helped me, and I felt like I wanted to give an offering back to her. So one of the things I did was I had just finished this Shakeology like music video thing that described the benefits of Shakeology. And I remember I sent it to her and I said, hey, thanks so much for the help. I'm going to give you this video that I just made. I hope it's all right. And I remember, Christina, you were like, that is amazing. Wow. So it was pretty cool. I wanted to like give something back as my gratitude for her helping me. Anyway, Christina and Becky, thank you guys so much for having me on the call. I absolutely love, love, love these ladies, love their families, their kids. Everything about your team is just so close to my heart. I'll tell you guys a little bit about me. I did come from the pharmaceutical world. I did that for about 10 years, college degree in psychology. I went through Enterprise Rent-A-Car, worked at a psychiatric hospital for a little while. So I'd always been from the corporate world and always very successful. I think I'm just a workhorse by nature. And one of the things, even though I did not, money was great, had a good living, good income, but I did not have the freedom that I wanted, where someone else dictated my life, my vacation time, my raises, all of that. So I know a lot of you on the call can understand that. I ended up leaving and to have our 3rd baby. And after I had our 3rd baby, I had a really tough time losing weight. And I resorted to HCG shots. And 6 months after doing those shots, I had found a quarter-sized tumor in my breast. And the 2 weeks from the time it was surgically removed, waiting to find out if it was cancerous, I felt some type of sense of control. Like I had to find out why this happened. How could this be? And I had realized it was a lot of the chemicals that I had put in my body, specifically the HCG, that had more than likely caused it. So I remember saying, you know what, if I get through this, it's going to be my mission to educate and help people understand the effects of chemicals in our body that most people don't understand. So long story short, obviously it came back benign and I had to find other ways, natural ways to lose weight. And that's where I came across the Beachbody programs and of course, Shakeology. And you bet your butt, I totally researched it, which is why I am so passionate about it now. It was the reason why I joined this business. So I was a customer for a year. And my sponsor had approached me about this business 4 times. 4 times in a year. And I said no, obviously 3 of those 4 times. And I started this business, and I definitely struggled in the beginning, which was a blow to my ego. And I was wondering, I'm like, gosh, I come from a corporate world. I've always been successful. Why am I struggling with this? Why does this feel so hard? I was doing what I was told to do, and I'm looking around at other people that are having success. And I made network marketing complicated. And maybe some of you guys have done that too. When you start, you're like, gosh, this is so different. That's how I felt. Sometimes it was downright hard, and it was a mystery for me to figure out how I had to convince people to join with my team, while I looked around and others made it look so easy. And I questioned, is my training good enough? And I'd redo my training and come up with all these different ways, and then revamp it again. And then I started wondering, maybe what I'm not doing is good enough. Maybe what I'm offering people isn't like what the successful people are offering. Do I have to be like my successful sponsor to be successful? She was having a bunch of success. The more I tried to emulate and be like her, the worse my business got. And I would get to branding later. And then I was wondering, gosh, my original diamond that I built has completely fallen apart, and I've had to rebuild at least 3 or 4 times over. So I'm thinking, gosh, I keep having coaches quit. Was that because I failed them? So having a lot of insecurities, a lot of doubts. Why is this business so freaking frustrating? And then I had my aha moment. And then I realized I had the answers. Everything that I learned about Beachbody started with what I learned about dating. And when I started applying the same questions and the same principles to what every single person on this earth does, every person dates and builds a family legacy. And then all my Beachbody doubts dissolved, and it became crystal clear. So this is what I'm going to teach you guys tonight. I've got 6 or 7, I can't remember, principles that have to do with the vital behaviors, but they're all tied to your Beachbody success. And it's really fun doing it with dating, because I guarantee whether you're a brand new coach and you just joined Diesel Nation this week, or you're a Star Diamond coach, you'll definitely get some entertainment and see a lot of truth and parallels in building a Beachbody legacy and building a family legacy. Okay, so very good friend of mine named Christina Delgado told me one time, every answer to this business comes down to 3 words: find more people. And recruiting, guys, is just like dating. And you may have to think back to your teen years, or like with me, I got divorced in my 30s, had to start it all over again. But it's a numbers game. Now, I know Christina has, but how many of you actually married the first person you ever dated? Even think back to middle school, right? It's really rare. That's the equivalent of the very first coach you sign is going to end up being a 15-star diamond. Like, you find the one right out of the gates. Most of us have dated many, many, many people. We've gone through many people, and we've had heartbreak and frustrations and success and invested all this time, right? And sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't, but we always end up continuing to date again. So dating is like network marketing. I want to share with you the significant impact in the numbers game. So I posted one time on my team page. I think it was after Melanie Mitro's national wake-up call when she was top coach this year. And it was something like she had 70 personally sponsored diamonds. And I posted that on my team page. And instead of inspiring my team, they felt defeated. They're like, man, 70 diamonds. Like, I don't even have 70 coaches in my downline, much less 70 diamonds. What's she doing? What's her secret sauce? How is she making that happen? She must have all the answers, all the training, the best of everything. And I said, hang on. I'm going to put this in perspective for you guys. So if you look at the last 2 top coaches, Lindsay Matway and Melanie Mitro, and these are very conservative numbers. For the last 4 years, they have sponsored an average of 20 coaches a month. Actually, Melanie is 30, but let's just keep it conservative. 20 coaches a month times 4 years. That's 960 coaches they've sponsored. And only how many went diamond? That's 1 out of 14 coaches that they sponsored went diamond. So if you're a coach wondering, why can't I find that business builder? Why isn't my business growing? Why am I not gaining the momentum? You're gonna have to kiss a lot of frogs or pick up a lot of stones to find your diamond. You have to keep finding people, because it may take you that 15th or 16th person to be that rock star. Yeah, you may get that person right out of the gates, but more than likely you're gonna have to keep finding more people to build your legacy, to find the one that's gonna go the distance. And so you never would question that dating. You would just get back there and start dating again. But why do we question that in this business? Why do we look at ourselves and think it must be us? No, you have to just find the right person that's ready for a change in their life. They're ready to go all in with you for the distance. And you keep doing that over and over and over again. 1 out of 70, that just goes diamond. It's even less than that will maintain their diamond. Even less than that to achieve 2-star, and even less than that will achieve 5-star. So that's a conservative number. So if this has not motivated you to find more people, think of you as dating like you're on your 20th person. It might be that 21st date you go on, that 21st invite, that person that you bring into your business that changes everything. So don't stop. Stay with the same resilience as you do when you're trying to find the one. Number 2, know what you want. Most of you, if I were to ask you what you want in a partner, you'll be like, oh, I want him this age, this, good job, right? You have a vision for what you want, because you don't want everybody in your business. You want the right kind of people, and you have to have that kind of vision of the legacy and team you want to build. I've got a quick story here about vision, and this may seem really airy-fairy to some of you guys, but it's a true story. I had been dating for about 2 years before I met Neil, and I had been on probably at least 100 one-time dates. I was way past the ratio. And it was really frustrating. I had guys that didn't want a chick with baggage. I had guys who didn't want me, someone in their 30s. I mean, you name it, been there, done that. And I remember it was over Christmas break in 2007. And I had watched a bunch of movies over that break. But one of them in particular was The Secret, right? You know, that airy-fairy stuff that you put in your mind and you focus on it, and vision boards and all of that, and it comes to fruition. Another one was this movie, The Wedding Date, with Deborah Messing. And if any of you have seen The Wedding Date, it's a movie about this woman who has a breakup, and she goes to a wedding in England and hires actually a call guy to be her date so that she can get her ex-fiance or whoever jealous, because she doesn't want to show up by herself. And the guy in the movie is so funny, so charming, handsome, athletic, witty, just like this really, and I remember watching this movie thinking, that's the man I want. I want a guy just like that, minus the call guy part. I want a guy just like that. So I went out to Blockbuster and I bought this case and I set it on my nightstand, and every night I went to bed and I like breathed that this man was gonna come into my life. A few months later, this fell back behind my nightstand. I was out February 16th and I met this guy named Neil, who in so many ways is just like the guy in this movie. And if any of you guys know Neil, you know that he's British. And it wasn't until we moved out of that townhouse into our other house and I moved my furniture and I found this vision of what I wanted, that I realized I truly believe when you have a strong vision and you put it out there, whether it's for your business, exactly the kind of coaches you want, the people you want in your life, you visualize it and you will draw it to you. So do not underestimate dream boards and having dreams and big ambitions for yourself, because if you believe it, your actions will pull you towards it. So you definitely want a vision when it comes to your business. Do not underestimate that. Number 3, knowing what you offer. And there's 2 parts to this, but this has to do with your brand. What are you looking for and what makes you unique? So think about your social media marketing, right? Imagine if you went to a Match.com profile or a eHarmony or one of these profiles, and it was a picture of somebody, and all they talked about was the same thing over and over and over again. Or if you went on a date with them and they talked about the same thing over and over and over, you think this person's not really interesting. What else do they have to talk about? What else do they offer? Think of that with your social media branding. Parts of you to the world, that you're interested in dogs and going to your key house and swimming and living life large and big, and that you're into fashion and you're into all these other things, because if you were dating somebody, that would make that person interesting. It's no different when you guys are trying to attract people to your business. You want an amazing life. Celebrate what you love. Celebrate what's important to you, just as if you were creating that Match.com profile. Because you know what? You don't want to date everybody. You want to be selective. And the more selective you are with what you put out there, the more specific those people that have those same passions and appreciate you are going to be drawn to you. The biggest stall I've ever had in my business was when I was not true to my brand. So when I started this business, about 6 months in, my sponsor had told me, you know what, you really probably shouldn't talk about Shakeology because a lot of people don't really care about it. Like, it's more about the fitness programs and the business. And I remember thinking, wow, I don't know. That's my jam. That's what I love. That's what got me in this business to begin with. But she knew what she was doing. I mean, she was successful. So I started doing what she was doing. And my business did not grow. And one day I heard Craig Holliday speak, and I remember thinking, you know what? To heck with it. It's what's important to me. It's my brand. I'm going to dance my dance anyway. And I did. And that is when I started attracting people that had that same passion, interest, and vision. So don't deprive the people that are waiting to be inspired by you by holding your brand back. Know what you offer and celebrate it unapologetically. Number 4, conversations. Quality matters. Okay, I truly believe when it comes to inviting, yes, there's the whole numbers game, absolutely. But think of quality over quantity. You want connections that you make with people to stand out among the masses. So here's my analogy. Think of speed dating, right? You're going around a room of like 100 people talking to each person for 15 seconds? How much of an impact are you really going to make in a room going through that many people? You're amazing impact. What's going to make an impact is paying attention to detail, making them feel good, making them feel like they matter, really connecting with people. If you notice them, you compliment them, you remember things about them, that is what makes people feel special. So let's say your goal is 15 invites a day. You could copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, and check off your boxes that you did 15 invites. But my suggestion would be maybe do half that amount, but take time to go through their profile and make a connection with them. Comment on things that are genuine compliments. Starting conversations, maybe you have the copy and paste, but then you add some decoration to it so it's personable. That is what's gonna stand out and make you more memorable than all the other guys going, copy, paste, hey baby, hey baby, hey baby, right? You wanna stand out in your invite and take that time to make that connection. So I would say when it does come to inviting, quality does come before quantity. So don't just go for the checking the boxes that you did the invites, make them matter, build rapport. Next one is confidence when it comes to conversations. We've all been on a date where the person just they're apologizing for this and downgrading themselves on that. And, I'm just a new coach and I really don't understand. You know what, guys? Act as if you're the most confident person in the world. because confidence sells. Even if you're typing to somebody on the computer, smile and exude that confidence, because the person on the other end is going to feel it. And we all want to be on the other end of someone that feels confident. Nobody wants to date someone who is just completely down on themselves. When it comes to conversations, don't be overeager, right? We've all dated that person that they answer the phone right away, they text back right away, right? Being eager, that's different than being excited, but being eager is going to make you look desperate. And if you're talking to someone and you're like really over eager, they're going to be like, all right, what's wrong with this person that they need me so badly? They must not have anybody, right? So play a little hard to get. That's okay. Just don't be over eager. Be excited, but act as if you have a bunch of people, and then get back to them in a respectful amount of time, but don't smother them. Okay. Don't get attached to the outcome when you're talking to people. I've sat in front of guys before and I'm like, oh, this guy's so perfect. This coach is so perfect. They're going to go to the distance. They've got everything it takes. They've got a network. They're cute. They're charming. They're all these things. And they even told me that they're going to go 15-star diamond in a year. They even told me that. Guys, don't get attached to the outcome. Trust the process, because whether it's dating or talking to a new coach, not every single person is going to do what they say they're going to do. And not every person is going to be for you. You may think they're the best prospect in the world, and they may just not be ready. They may be like me, saying no those 3 times before I said no, yes, that 4th time. And not every coach is going to stick with this. Not every relationship that you both decide at month 2 is going to make it to month 6. And it's no different in this business, guys. So don't doubt yourself. Don't question yourself. Just keep finding more people. Believe what people do, not what people say. Same as in dating. So when your coaches tell you they're going to do something, watch what they do. Are they showing up on calls? Are they asking questions? Oh, Christina's back. I see you. Okay. Number 5, setting expectations. This has to do, guys, with training. And this is going to give you some relief, because I really doubted myself with training sometimes. But time management is super important. And think about when we all start dating somebody, right? We want to be with them all the time. Just like a new coach, I'm going to answer their calls. I'm going to get back to them. They've got good questions. If I don't get back with them, they're going to go away, right? It's the same with a new coach. They will take and take and take and take. And you guys, we have to show that we manage our time, because everything we do is duplicatable. And there will be a point in their business when they're like, gosh, I'm not able to answer questions 24/7. I have a full-time job. I have 2 kids. I can only work my business from 9 to midnight. Shay answers her questions all the time. That does not look duplicatable. And then what happens as well, consider this, when that coach, eventually you pull away because it's not realistic to be answering somebody or dating someone like constantly. You start to like get back to your normal routine, and then they get insecure. Wait, well, I thought we were best friends. I thought you were going to hang out with me on the Success Club trip. I thought I was going to do this. I thought I was your number one, right? And all those doubts set in. So you want to empower people. Help them, tell them where the answers are, or suggest where they are, but don't give them the answers. Create a space for them to rise up and empower themselves. That is duplicatable. That shows that you can manage your time. And it shows that your time isn't easy, because you want them to work for it, right? We all know the Britney Spears song, work for it, right? Set a task for them, and when they fill that task in that space, then they've earned your time. I tell you what, they will absolutely appreciate feeling the reward of their own accomplishment, because no one wants to be spoon-fed the answers. It's going to save you time, and it's going to weed out the needy people. And they will respect and appreciate their success so much more if they aren't spoon-fed. Right? Think of a one-night stand. No one loves it easy, right? We all appreciate and respect what we got to work for. And then on a side note, when it comes to coaches that fall out of rank, they keep falling out of rank. It's kind of like that person that's saying they want the commitment, but they're just not showing up and doing the activities to make it happen. You cannot keep dating them. Those are non-committals. They're not worth your time. Cut your losses and move on, because it's easier to give birth and date new people and find new coaches than to resurrect the dead. Number 6, getting your vibe. So part of getting your vibe is kind of what you stand for, the culture you want to create, how you handle situations, how you present yourself. The biggest thing about getting your vibe, guys, personal development. Because you know what? When you date and people put you down and break up with you and all these things, they quit your business, they flake out, all these things happen. If you're not doing personal development, you're getting knocked down, and you are gonna struggle to get back up. Doing personal development empowers you, it empowers your business, it empowers your vibe. So don't cut yourself short on your personal development. When you're chatting with people and talking to people, pause and listen to what they say. And remember not to word vomit on them. We've all been on dates where like the person just doesn't ever stop talking, right? So as a new coach, even if you're super excited, part of your vibe is to have composure and be interested in what they're saying. Another part of your vibe is not being your sloppy self on Facebook, right? That means no dirty laundry posts, because we don't want to date someone and then realize like they are like posting all these really embarrassing pictures and you're like, no, I really don't want that in my life. That doesn't look so good. I don't really like that side of them, right? Keep your dirty laundry to yourself and celebrate the awesome vibe you have. Number 7, brand. This is the second part of brand and knowing what you offer. This has to do though, guys, with finding a success partner. So this is kind of like dating somebody that you're like deciding, okay, let's try this. We're not going to date anybody else. We're going to be serious. Let's try this out. Here's the problem with success partners. I'm going to be totally frank here. There's a national wake-up call. Somebody on the call mentioned success partners. And then I don't know about your team page, but my team page becomes like this virtual musical chairs of, oh my God, I got to find a success partner. That's what my business is missing, is this connection with somebody else. That's what I need. And then everybody's like, I need a success partner. This is what I want. And then I get a ton of messages from people saying, I need a success partner. I need someone to motivate me. I need someone to push me. I need something, or I want to be 2-star by Summit. Who wants to be my partner? And I'm thinking, well, hang on. What does that tell me about you? What do you bring to the table? That is like going to Match.com and seeing an ad that says, I'm a male, I have no kids, I live in Tampa, I want a serious relationship. What do you offer me? What do you bring to the table? So when Christina messaged me and she said, this is how I did it, I wanted to give an offering back. Like, hey, thank you. This is what I have to offer you. So when you're looking for a success partner, know what you bring to the table. Hey, I'm great at communication. I'm great at social media. I struggle with this. I can be better with that. What do you offer someone? So when you're thinking of matching up with somebody else, knowing what your strengths are and how you can benefit somebody else and they can benefit you is truly what a partnership is made out of. Not just like, hey, I need a partner, and then it just kind of like nothing happens. My personal suggestions when it comes to success partners is this. I always say do a 90-day trial. That way there's no awkward breakup, right? Say, we're going to do this. We're gung-ho. We're committed to each other for the next 90 days. We have the same goals, and practice your leadership skills with your success partners. Practice those tough conversations. This is like kind of like marriage practicing. This is like leadership 2-star practicing. Have those tough conversations. If you've got someone in your downline and they are posting inappropriate things, have that conversation with your success partner first. They can be the best asset, but you have to match yourself up with knowing your strengths and their strengths and connecting. And it's not about a friendship. It's about a business when it comes to Beachbody. Okay, next. Why go diamond? Anyway, I'm going to tell you guys exactly why you need to go diamond. We all know one of those couples that have been dating and dating and dating forever. Maybe even years. They're still dating, right? How serious do you take their relationship? They may have even moved in and are playing house together, but they're not engaged. We all know a couple like that. That is like social media. You see all these couples, all these people on social media selling nails and handbags and candles, and it's like, oh gosh, there goes Susie. She's going to be pushing those shakes, and now I'm going to see her workout pictures now. They're waiting for you to fail because you don't look serious. You don't look like you're committed. And so people are just sitting back and watching for your success to see if you're truly serious about what you're doing. But then think about when that couple is now engaged with that diamond ring on their finger. Now everyone's like, oh, they're serious. They're building a legacy. They don't know that your date may be 3 years off, right? They don't know you made $18 the week you went diamond. They don't know that. But that's not what going diamond is about. Going diamond is about people taking you seriously. People seeing you have a legitimate business, you're building a family, you're building a legacy for yourself. And you going diamond is like taking that ring and shoving it in the social media face saying, you know what? I'm serious, I'm committed, I'm making this happen. And so that is such a pivotal thing if you want to attract successful people, showing that you're successful and that you mean business. 2-star, that's like having children. Shows you're vested, shows you're growing your family. It's creating your legacy, your financial business legacy. And you know what, guys? Those of you that are 2-star, diamond, emerald, whatever rank you may have achieved, I'm going to tell you, 15-star diamond, all of it can go away like that if you're not constantly working on your Beachbody marriage. Doesn't matter where you got to keep working at it because it can all go away. It can crumble if you don't nurture it, if you don't work on your vibe and your posting and finding more people. So I want to ask you, your business, every single one of you on the call tonight, your business as a whole, have a gut check with yourself right now. How do you look at this business for you? Are you just a player? Beachbody player? It's like, you're like Beachbody friends with benefits. You know, I'll do it when it works for me. I'll do it when I need it. Need some extra cash. I'll hit up a couple people. I'll do it when it's not a hassle because I'm just busy and yeah, it works. It's easy. It's Friday night booty call. I'll just call it my Beachbody business. So are you a player in this business or are you a coach looking for a commitment? And do people know that? Are you keeping your A game? Are you a product of the product? Are you doing your vital behaviors? Are you inviting? Are you showing success? Are you doing what it takes? Are you doing things without having to be told, reminded, or asked because you want to do it? Are you showing up? Are you working for what you want? Because that's the biggest difference in people that have successful and strong marriages. And same holds true with businesses. Do you place blame on somebody else or you take ownership for your business being exactly where it is right now? So what is the quality of your Beachbody relationship? Because I tell you, you may doubt like I did. I doubted myself. Is this not good enough? And I not good enough? And why can't I find the right people? And what is it about other people? Every single answer to your business, you can relate to what you've done in a relationship. And the answer you would do in a relationship, cut your ties, let them go, keep moving on. You can apply to your Beachbody business. Find more people. Don't waste time on the non-committals. Have a vision for what you want. Know what you have to offer. Establish a true engagement. Grow a family and create a legacy. So my call to action for you guys tonight is to post in your Beachbody relationship do you need to strengthen? What part do you need to take to the next level to create your family legacy? Christina, I'll hand it back to you.
Wow. Hold on. There you go. Hey, I'm back. Shay, you just blew me away. I'm pretty certain you blew everybody away with those analogies. They were spot on, Shay. This is definitely a message that is going to impact a whole lot of people. And I'm so honored that we got to hear it first, because whether you are a new coach or a seasoned veteran coach, it's such a great call, such great analogies that you can remember, right? Because it's like when you're, going to school, how your teacher teaches you, how to memorize words and stuff. It's kind of like that. Like this whole dating analogy is like, am I building these solid relationships that's going to create these marriages, or am I really working this business like, a one-night stand, or, someone that you really don't care for? And I absolutely loved it. So thank you, Shay. Thank you for putting that together. I hope everybody took away a lot. I love how you brought up the comment that I made early on in this business of finding people. And that kind of came from one of the first ever groups that I participated in was an Emerald group. It was when we had just signed on as coaches, and the coach that was helping us run this group, we were on a late night call once. We used to do our calls at 10 o'clock at night. I would literally fall asleep, wake up, and jump on a call. Talk about commitment, right, to my business back then. And he said on that call, he said, if you have a problem in your business, add more people. That will fix all your problems. If you keep dropping rank, add more people. If you have problems with momentum on your team, add more people. And that always stuck to me. And I love the example that you gave of Lindsay and Melanie on the amount of diamonds that they produce, yet you have to compare and contrast it to the amount of coaches they sponsor. So it's while it's easy to get disappointed in yourself, you have to have perspective in this business. And when you have that perspective, think, am I doing the things that attract more people into the business? And if you break down all the tips that Shay gave you, you're going to have better, stronger communications, relationships, that confidence that is absolutely necessary in growing this business. You cannot apologize for your enthusiasm. You cannot apologize for your love of Beachbody. You have to be unapologetic in your communications with people. Don't apologize for the price of Shakeology. I know Shay would cringe if she ever saw somebody do that. It is what it is because it is amazing, right? And that is the confidence, the air of confidence that we need to have while we were building these relationships with our customers, our new coaches, and our established coaches. And agree 100% with, coaches that aren't working the business. In my experience, you're going to have coaches that come into the business and they take off right away, right? They learn, they go through the trainings, they jump on calls like this. And then you have coaches that, kind of hang out and don't do much for a while. While you should always stay in communication with everyone and love on everyone, if someone repeatedly isn't engaging in this commitment with you, it is best that you move on to other people that match your energy. That is something that is very important to me. If I am giving you 1,000% of my energy, my love and devotion, like if I do it with my marriage with Danny and my friendships and all of these things, and you're giving me 5%, well, there's a big discrepancy there. There's a problem there, and you will rid yourself of the stress that comes from that. When wanting something that someone doesn't want for them, it literally will destroy your confidence. It will make you miserable. I mean, it's just like dating. It's like being with someone that doesn't reciprocate. How terrible does that feel? And I don't know much about dating because I married Danny, who was my first boyfriend, or not my first boyfriend, but I mean, I was 15, so I didn't really have much experience before that. But I kind of get it. I see it, you know, and in the stories that my friends have about dating. So, you guys, this call was one of those that, you know, you can share with your new coaches or share with your team, because it really is excellent advice across the board for anyone. I hope you guys enjoyed that. But in closing, I'm going to ask Shay one question. I brought it up in the beginning of the call about Success Club, and we have 3 days left in the month for our coaches to hit Success Club. Shay, what is that number one piece of advice that you could give our team, how to close it out, why they need to close it out, why Success Club is so critically important for our business?
You know what? I'm going to say this. It's in the spirit of this call and relating it to finding that person. If someone told you you're going to meet your Mr. Right, but you have to get momentum, you've got to put your makeup on, show up and talk to people and go out 3 times a month and connect with 3 people, you would do it. Because you want something in the future. And that is how Success Club is. That's like only going out 1 Friday night instead of 4 and going like, I just, you know, and being unhappy that you're not meeting the people and getting the results you want. Success Club is no different than Christina having to bill a certain amount of hours, or me call on a certain amount of doctors, or you going out and finding the number of people to find that Mr. Right, right? Yeah. So it's a non-negotiable. You just have to do it. Put on your makeup, get dressed, get out there, and just make it happen.
Amen. I can't agree more. I'm just going to leave you guys with this. It's a decision to do it or not do it. If you don't hit Success Club this month, it's basically saying, I have no interest in helping people. I don't find it important to grow my business. And there was this great post on the wall earlier. I'm going to share it in our team pages about this. It's a tough love. Kind of take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, what am I doing wrong, right? If I'm not hitting Success Club, why is it? Take a look at what you do day in and day out and figure out what that missing puzzle piece is that prevents you from locking it in. Don't stay at SC4. That's like saying, it's like going to the altar and then running around and like running out the friggin' church doors. Like, make it happen, seal the deal, right? I mean, it's the truth. It's like right before the honeymoon. Yeah. I mean, I could probably say a lot of funny things about success, not hitting Success Club right before the end of the month, but I won't. I'll leave you guys to use your own imagination, but you know, make it happen. Make it happen. Success Club is the end all be all to this business. It is what helps us recruit. It is what helps us grow our income. It's what gives us all these amazing perks of our business. I mean, just think about now going into, and it's crazy that we have Punta Cana, and then after that in 2018, if you're not hitting Success Club, you won't be going on any more trips. You need to earn Success Club. That is how you grow a business. It is a statement to yourself that not only are you going to help people, but you're going to help yourself, and you're going to build that legacy that Shay talked about. All right, so I think we are done. Shay, one more time, you know, great job. I love this call. I cannot wait to hear you on the National Wake Up Call deliver this content. You're a big deal. You're a big deal to me. Thank you so much. Have a great night, everybody.
Oh, and Success Club's going to help get you towards that diamond ring, guys.
That's right, baby. That's right. Get that bling. Right. Get that bling.
Have a great night, guys.
Bye.